I got some pretty exciting news. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I finally pulled the trigger. I'm pretty stoked, and it's gonna be pretty game-changing for my venture. Let's get straight into it. I'll show you guys the tour of the camper and all the ins and outs, and let's go for it. Right, so the truck I bought, or I have, or recently bought, is a 2015 F350 6.2 liter. The main reason that I bought the F350 is I just wanted to be safe. I didn't want to worry about any payload capacity. This truck has 3,800 pounds of payload capacity, so I can have any gear I want, any passenger I want, you know, so I don't have to worry about it. So I didn't want to go with the full ton truck and worry about this, you know, being over the weight. And you know what, if this one has a drinking problem, I'll deal with it, but I just didn't want to stress about weight. So that's the reason I went with 2015 F350. Yeah, that's pretty much the reason. So this truck right now is fully stocked. I did not do any upgrades, and in my eyes it looks pretty level. Okay, now let's get a tour of the main meat here. So again, this is a 1995 Northern Lite 9.6, and it is an older model, so it is very light than the newer ones. I'll explain all the weight and dry weight and everything soon here. So I got those two windows, and up close, this thing here is the hydraulic jack. That says 4 in every corner, and that's why it lifts up the camper. But if I'm being honest, these are the sketchiest thing I've ever seen. It takes forever to unload and load, so I don't plan to take off the camper anytime soon. And once we come here, this is the AC shore power you can plug into, just the 120 cord. And this is a fresh water tank fill. And this one is a propane. This is a 20-pound propane tank, and there's two. So there's one and one behind it. So I got 40 pounds of propane on deck, which is good. And up there, that's the kitchen fan vent. And this one, I'm not sure. I haven't really figured this one out. I feel like this is outside water, like you can hook up outdoor shower or whatnot. I'm not completely sure, but I'm still figuring things out here. And obviously this is a used camper, so this stuff in the middle is starting to fall off, and I might, you know, try to do caulking, recaulking it, you know, and scrubbing it, you know, make it all polished and stuff. But I haven't got to this yet. It's been about 4 days since I got this camper, so I'm slowly getting at it. And once we come around, this is a gray water and black water drain. And around the back, this is not for storage, but this is where you access the black water and the gray water drain. You just pull it, you know. I actually had to take some time to figure this one out. My first camper. And there's a ladder. There is a solar panel, a little one. I'll just show you guys when I get up top there. And there's the outside light at night, and lots of stickers. And there's all the specs. It's a Northern Lite 9.6, and lots of stickers, lots of road trips that this camper did. And there's a level, and you can see it is level on the dot, which is pretty good. And another thing to note about older campers, if you're looking to purchase one, you do have to lift it off the bed. About 3 inches I had to do it for my 2015 F350 6.2 liters with this camper. So this is what it looks like when what I had to do to lift it up a bit. I have 3/4 plywood built with 2x4, and then 3/4 plywood and a rubber mat. It was a 1/2 inch rubber mat, and I had to do that to clear the cab 3 inches above the cab, which is kind of recommended. And it is a very, very tight fit. As you can see, the bump out, it's about a 1/4 inch spare each side, so very tight fit. So if you're planning, measure twice and hopefully it fits. Again, lots of cool stickers. I was actually planning to take everything off, but it seems like a lot of work, and it's actually kind of cool knowing where the camper has been, and I might add to the collection. And on to the right side, rear side of the camper. This is not a storage either, but this one is where the battery lives. Little messy for my liking, but that's the solar charger. And on the right side of the camper, there's the outdoor light. Not sure if that works, to be honest. And this one is for the propane heater, where the hot air, circulation air comes out. And this one is the furnace for hot water. And this one is the fridge compartment. I have yet to try the fridge. And that is it for outside, except the roof, but we'll get to that from the inside. And let's come in. It's pretty exciting in there. And right as I walk in, there's a dinette. Yeah, there's a storage to the right, which is a pass-through, but the previous owner did add a stereo system. I think there's a couple of my things in there. Down here, that's the stereo. I can connect my aux and jam out inside. Oh yeah, jam session. As mentioned, there is a battery monitor and a USB plug-in. And there is also a carbon monoxide detector, so I don't die at night from propane. And all the light works, they're all LED. And that's it for the right side. And this table does move. This does turn to a bed. So that cushion goes here with a support piece, shorter support piece, and I guess one more person could sleep. If you're under 6'2", you can sleep here. And there is a 12-volt DC fan, circulation fan. This is quite nice. When it was hot in here and I turned this on, it cooled off right away, so very handy. Get the moisture out during the winter. And 4 settings, I can feel the cold now. And on the left side, or facing, anyway, left side, there's a mirror, and there is a washroom. And this door doesn't really work that well, so I'll do some fixes. And there is a hatch, not a hatch, but a ventilation. And a mirror, so make sure you know, you look good in the morning, whatnot, blah blah blah. There's a shower head, sink, toilet, and they all work. I've tested it, and you know, there's some fixes I have to do, but everything is intact and functional. That's all we can ask for. And when I turn left, it is a kitchen. It's got everything. Got some shelf to put spices, whatever. Storage for pans, pots. And that's a propane stove with the propane oven. I tested it, it all worked, so that's good. The kitchen has a fan. It does work. And the light works. Oh, wait. Light works. Sometimes. And this is a sink, as you see. There's that. Yeah, it's just a basic sink. all works. There's the monitor that does not work, and there's a water pump switch. And again, there's storage, you know, things to get into the plumbing stuff. And that, and that over there is literally outside. So if I open this up, it's outside. And there's the 7-pin connector, which is quite nice, but I would love to caulk it or seal it off so it does not leak in there. Forgot to mention that there is a big pantry, so there's my water bottles. And here are the specs. And yeah, so here's all the detail. But if you see it here, it says the dry weight is 660 kilograms. 660 kilogram transitions to, in pounds, it's just under 1,500 pounds, which is really light, if that was true. I'm not very concerned, I mean, I'm not really convinced that that is the case. But I would love to weigh it, but I just don't have any ways to weigh it. But you know what? That's why this is one of the reasons that I got the F350, because I just didn't want to worry about it. And now I'm not that worried if this is over 2,000 pounds in dry weight. But so that's the main reason. And do not believe the label. Label. It is not true in weight wise. So. And to the right, I have a little closet, hang clothes and stuff. And this one is a 3-way fridge. It runs off 12-volt battery, propane, and 120 power, shore power. And yeah, it's pretty simple. If I'm being honest, I try to test it, but I'm not sure if it actually works or not. And fingers crossed it works. The previous owner said it worked when he used it, so one way to find out, but I'll do that when I have time. Whew, it is pretty comfy. And when I lay down, there's 2 lights, and I have about 3 inches of spare to the end, and I'm 5'10", or I like to think I'm 5'10", and if you're taller, you might have to take the storage out and make the bed longer. And as you see, this is just shorter than a queen size, so it's perfect for me. I didn't want a long overhang above the cap, so this is perfect for me. And from the bed, like I said, there is a thermostat for the propane heater, which is pretty nice. So I can just adjust it from here in bed, and my propane heater thankfully does work. I've tested that one, and yeah, it's pretty nice. And one of my favorite features about truck campers are the escape hatch, where you can get up to the roof. And if I close this, it also opens manually, and there's a bug screen so the bugs don't get in. But I could also open it all the way in case of an emergency, or I just want to chill outside. And up here, that's the front of the cab of the camper. And this is the top view on top, or on top of the camper, the roof, the deck, whatever you can call it. I think that's the refrigerator something vent, and that's the fan I was showing you about, the 12-volt fan. And there is a solar panel, not sure what kind of wattage that is, and that's the ventilation opening thing for the bathroom. And there's a ladder as well. And obviously, again, as an older camper, a vintage camper, you know, it requires an upgrade or update. So the floorings, I kind of want to change it and kind of want to remodel the kitchen and, you know, the whole vibe in the camper. But mainly, my main concern is upgrading a electrical system to lithium. It's just exciting times ahead, and the adventure of the future is going to be so cool and very exciting. So stay tuned. Lots of fishing, lots of adventure, lots of camper stuff. And like always,